Hey, last week we talked about problem solving. This week we're going to talk about empathy and filling buckets. And I know a lot of you know about filling buckets, but we're going to review that today because that can be super important, especially when we're all stuck together in our house. So we're going to read the story today. Have you filled a bucket today? I bet you your teachers have read this to you as well. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. Isn't that amazing? You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about who you are, about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full. But you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. And you might be feeling that way right now since we're stuck at home, when we can't see friends and play with friends, when we can't go to school and see our teachers and other staff that we really enjoy seeing. But there's good news. Other people feel the same way as you. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty, and that leads us to empathy. It helps us if we know how we feel when things happen. We can sometimes see that that's happening to someone else and how they feel, and we can show them empathy. And we'll get to empathy in a minute, but let's keep going with our story. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So how do you fill a bucket? How do I fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. When you show empathy, you fill a bucket. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things that make other people feel special. When you make someone feel special, you're filling a bucket. When you send me messages, when I receive letters from you, or emails from you, or phone calls from you, or messages on Class Dojo, you fill my bucket. When you do that for others, you are filling their bucket. When you tell your mom thank you, when you tell your dad thank you, when you give them hugs when you see that they are feeling really frustrated or sad, when you share with your brothers or sisters, when you decide to give your brother or sister space when they've asked for it, when you play with them, even when it's hard, that is filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, or you say or do mean things towards someone, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that make other people feel bad, and we don't want to do that. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think that they can fill their own bucket by dipping someone else's bucket, but that never works. You never fill your own bucket when you dip someone else's. You dip your bucket further. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. You feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say or by what we do. When you listen to your parents, you fill their buckets. But when you don't listen, you're dipping their buckets. When you listen to your brothers or sisters and you see that it makes them feel good when you listen, you're filling their buckets. When you don't listen, you dip their buckets. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why you love them. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Let's wait a minute. My story is loading. It needs a moment to think, it says. It says there was a problem. I can keep going. There's lots of other ways we can fill buckets. When your mom needs help carrying in groceries from the grocery store, that's another way you can fill a bucket. Let's see if we can get this working again. Another way you can fill a bucket. When your brother or sister needs some help with a project, could you help them? Could you offer some help? Absolutely. Maybe your mom has asked you to clean your room. When you go and you clean your room and you do a really good job, it fills your mom's bucket. And I bet you it makes you feel good too. Lots of things we can do to help fill each other's buckets. When you see your brother or sister feeling down because of all the work they're doing, can you help them fill a bucket? Yeah, you can. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket and think of what you can say or do to help fill it. So here's some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to someone driving by or someone walking by your house. They're a bucket. They have a bucket too. You could invite a new kid to school to play with you when we go back to school. You could write a thank you note to your teacher, to your parent, to anyone and send it in the mail or email it to them. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with them and that you're looking forward to spending time with him, or even your grandma. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own. That's right. So, when you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. I'm going to do something today to show someone empathy. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? And that goes along with the activity I sent home for you. It's a bucket filling log. You get to tell me every day, how did I fill someone's bucket? By either writing a sentence or drawing a picture, and then tell me how easy was that for you to do. Yes, I did. That's what you're going to tell yourself. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that is you. And that's the end. But I have some more for you. How are these people different from one another, and how are they the same? When I look at this picture, I notice a lot of things, and I want you to ask yourself that. This is just one example of a family. Everyone's family is different. Who in your family has a bucket? And how are families different? Who fills your bucket? Why should we fill someone's bucket? What are some things you can do or say to fill someone's bucket? What would you do if you saw this happening at school? This, my friends, is where empathy comes in. Empathy? Mrs. Caldarella, what is empathy? Well, I'll tell you what empathy is, my friends. Empathy, the ability to understand the feelings of another. Empathy is patiently and sincerely seeing the world through another person's eyes. It's like wearing their glasses the way they see the world. It's not learned in school. It's cultivated over a lifetime. It's every day we take the opportunity to fill someone's bucket, but also to notice how someone is feeling. So when you look at this girl and the girls are laughing as she walks away, you might be wondering, I wonder what she's feeling right now. Why is she walking away? Why are those girls laughing at her? And then you go along that person and you say, I notice you're sad. What's going on? That's empathy. When your brother or sister is sad and you come alongside them and you care about them, you give them a hug, or you try to make them laugh and you try to make them happy, that's showing empathy. When maybe your brother or sister breaks something and it was something special to them and you offer to help them fix it. Lots of ways you can show empathy. Maybe mom and dad are really frustrated. They're working from home and they're trying to help you with your learning, and you can see that they're just feeling so overwhelmed. Simply telling your mom and dad, hey, it's okay. We can do this. We're a team. That's showing empathy. So friends, my challenge to you this week is be a bucket filler every day. Continue to work hard to fill others' buckets, showing them kindness and showing them empathy. Until next time, with Counseling with TLC, I look forward to see you.